Okay, let's get this other one up and running. For some reason, I always have to. I have to figure out how to fix this, but I keep having to go in to adjust and make audience public, which is interesting because it's public normally, so I'm not quite sure why, but it is public now. So yes, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Wednesday, day number 6, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yes, day number 6. So we have tomorrow and then Friday again this week to talk about stuff. All kinds of stuff to do with women. Yesterday, I talked about health. And because it's important, because health is basic, because health it's fundamental, it's critical. And the life we get to live, the things we get to do or not do, influenced, if not actually absolutely directed, made possible by our state of health. And so I talk to women a lot about health. Women's health is an issue everywhere in the world for all kinds of reasons. Women, we spend so much time taking care of other people and fussing and considering and managing other people's health and all kinds of other things for other people, that so often our health gets ignored. Because in some countries in the world, women are just not, well, in almost every country in the world, women are not taken seriously. And so very often women complain, many women complain that when they go to the doctors, the medical professionals, who still are in many places overwhelmingly male, women's issues just are not, they're not either not taken seriously or not understood. And that is partly because much of the experimenting and the studying and the researching that's been done around health has been done on, with, about, and for men. It really has been only a few decades that they've begun to take women's issues seriously and acknowledge the fact that women's bodies work a little bit differently than men's. And that women are important. Women's bodies are important, are critical. And I think also they've come to realize that women's bodies also are a source of wealth for them. So some of the major companies, the major drug companies, are paying attention to women because they finally figured out that they can make money off women. And that is not always to women's advantage, clearly. So sorry. And so I talk about health a lot. And I talk about health in terms of women just doing what is necessary to be, for a basic level of good health. But that I mean, we are not all athletes. Nor do we want to all be athletes, nor should we all be athletes. But being fit and healthy has so much to contribute. It's so important to everything that we do in our lives that it really is important for us, if we are serious about living well and doing the best we can and being able to contribute the most and the best that we can, then one of the things we really ought to do, we don't have a choice, we must do, is ensure that our bodies are able to keep up. And that means maintaining at least a basic level of good health. And I said yesterday that one of the best, easiest, quickest, and most effective ways to do that is to walk. And walking is good for physical health, mental, emotional, spiritual, every kind of health, even intellectual health, because what happens when you're walking is your brain's working. Your brain's getting all oxygenated, and the movement allows you, the rhythm of the movement gets you into a rhythm, gets you into a space that allows you to think. And walking through and not focusing on anything specific, and having these images and people and whatever go past you and not having to focus on anything specific actually helps to sort of empty your mind, if you will. And it becomes a kind of a meditation where you're not thinking about anything specific, just thoughts just coming and going throughout your mind, throughout your brain. Hey, ladies, thank you, welcome. Thoughts just going and coming throughout your mind, and making space for the thoughts that you need, the things you didn't know you were thinking of. Sort of like when you go to sleep, and before you go to sleep, you tell yourself you're thinking about something, and you put it away, and you wake up the next morning, and the answer comes. The thought is clear. Walking does that. And so let me again encourage you, if you do nothing else, or rather, whatever else you do or don't do for your health, walk. You don't have to walk every day, although, of course, having a practice of walking every day means that every day your body is, your mind is, your spirit is having this space, this opportunity, this party, if you will, this good thing happening. And if you can't walk every day, if it's just not possible, then as often as you possibly can. I mean, even if you just get out once a week on Saturdays or Sundays and go for a nice long walk, work up a sweat at first and then take your time and walk back home or walk back to the car or something, go to the park. It really, really, really is important. I have to say though that, exercising once a week, there are those people they call weekend warriors. They exercise, they blow out on the weekend and do nothing during the week. You don't want to do that. But just make it a practice. 10 minutes, begin with 10 minutes, 15, 20, walk around the block, walk around the village, walk the hill and come back. And you'll find that you begin to enjoy it, anticipate it, and it becomes just a part of your life. And you find the space and the time for it wherever you happen to be. Yes, because your body and your health are with you wherever you happen to be. I remember years and years ago in London, I signed up for the London Academy of Modeling. I did a course there. I wanted to be 5'8", 9, 10. I wanted to be this tall, long-legged model. And I signed up for the course anyway. And one of the things I remember about the course was the deportment. They call it deportment instructor telling us that we ought to take care of our feet. We must take good care of our feet because our feet are going to be with us throughout our lives. Our feet are what will get us through our lives. And if we want to be getting around when we are older, we need to take care of our feet right from the time we are young. And I found that to be true. And I say the same thing about your body. Of course, your body is with you everywhere you go. No matter how long you live, your body's going to be with you. How it works, how it operates is to some degree, if not to a large degree, dependent on how you take care of it. When you're young, you can get away with all kinds of stuff, you think. But I remember, grandparents telling me, I remember my friends and I wearing halter tops and, your back all bare. We're going out at night and grandparents telling us, grandmothers generally telling us about the aches and pains we'll get when we get older. Now, I don't know that going out in the tropics or even in winter in London with, a halter top, walk around, you'll have a jacket on, you'll have a coat on, but going with your body exposed to the elements, I don't know that is what causes aches and pains as you get older, but the point remains, the way you take care of your body has a lot to do with how your body is going to serve you throughout your life. And so we ought to be deliberate, intentional, careful about taking care of our bodies. Make time for our bodies. And exercise is one of those. The other important thing which I want to talk about today is how we eat. I have a sweet tooth. I love cake. Any kind of cake, pretty much. Any time of day or night. I have cake for breakfast without blinking. I would, but I don't. Not every single day. Not even every week. Once in a while, I would. I don't eat cake every day. But I do enjoy a good chunk, maybe, of cake. But on a regular, everyday basis, I am careful to eat well, which means I get my fruits, my veggies, my protein, my carbohydrates, my oils, fats, all of those things. And not just them, I do my best to get the best versions of them. And so I learned this from my grandmother, for example. The processed things in tins and cans and bottles and so on, I avoid them for the most part, as much as is possible. There's some things that just, but processed foods are so far out of my diet plan, because in most cases of food, natural is best, as close to natural as possible. I have a friend who eats raw foods almost. I think she's like 85% raw. I have other friends who are vegan. I can't do vegan because, I eat fish, and every once in a while I do eat meat. Where I come from in Montserrat here, our national dish is goat water, which is mutton, goat meat, and I happen to like it. I happen to like goat meat, and so every once in a while I do eat meat. I don't eat commercial goat. I like goats that run around and eat grass. Organic food is what I'm talking about. But you know what is really important about eating that can get you through all of this? When I talk about eating and eating healthy, some people get, then that means I won't be enjoying my food. No, quite the contrary. Quite the contrary. Absolutely quite the contrary. The better the food is, the better it tastes. The healthier the food is what I meant to say, the better it tastes. Fact. Try it. So when I cook, I don't use processed prepared seasonings. I use, as far as possible, fresh herbs, spices, a little bit of salt, and not a whole lot of spices either. Because what I'm going for is I need to enjoy my food. I need to enjoy my food and taste my food, experiment, experience the textures, the odors, the perfumes, the salt, sweet, bitter, sour, spicy, hot, cold. When I eat, I look for that, for enjoyment. And when you do that, not only do you enjoy your food better, enjoy your food more, you also eat better, because when you're looking for those things don't come usually in cans and bottles. Cans and bottles usually are either too salt, too sweet, too much of something, or they have additives that don't do our bodies any good. Yeah? And so what I want to invite you to do we talk about taking care of our bodies, as we look after our bodies, because I've said this before. I have a friend who wears high heel shoes. I love heels. Everybody in my life knows that. I love heels. I practiced wearing heels since I was a child. I would wear my mother's shoes around the house. And what I also remember is to do that, to make them fit, because you could, you see pictures of girls with their feet sticking in their mother's shoes and they're sticking out all behind and it's too big. I found out at some point that if I put on my sneakers, and the sneakers I had were sneakers like Keds, tennis shoes. If I put my shoes on and then put my foot into my mother's shoes, it didn't swing around so much. It pretty much fit. Yeah, I learned that. And so I used to practice around the house with my mother's high heels. But anyway, I have this friend of mine, and we have determined that when we're old and gray and we have our walkers, we are going to be wearing heels with our walkers. We're going to be toddling around with a walker in our high heels. I'm not sure that makes any sense, but it makes us feel good. It makes us feel good to think so. The point, though, is that we intend to enjoy life as much when we get older as we do now. And the only way to do that, the major way to do that actually, is to take care of ourselves. There are things we can't control. The things will happen. But everything we could possibly do to make sure that our bodies are in good working order and our minds are doing well, our spirits light and bright, anything at all we can do to make that happen right to the end of our lives is what we want to do, because I don't want to get sick and die. I want to just up and die. I want to be living fully and enjoying fully my food, my wine, my friends, my conversation, my dance, my reading, my walking, up until the minute I die. That's a goal. And whether I get there or not, it is really, really enjoyable and fun and exciting trying, working at that. And so I eat well. I eat a lot. Might not seem so, okay? But I do. I eat a lot and I eat well. And because I take care of my body and I get the walking and the exercising done, I can eat more. I can eat more because my body uses it up. And because I can eat more, I have more opportunity to enjoy more and different foods. So although I don't eat meat, for example, I went to Argentina a few years ago with my sister and my niece, and we couldn't go to Buenos Aires. We couldn't go to Argentina and not eat meat. So I went to Argentina, had myself a nice steak, rare, of course, really rare, and loved it, enjoyed the taste, the texture, the flavors. And it did me no harm. What it did, it lifted my spirit. It made me feel good. And you'll find, and if you listen, you can go look. There's research has been done on the power of our minds over our health, our bodies. When your mind is settled, you're happy, you're feeling good, your spirits are high. You don't literally, your immune system is stronger, so your body does not get sick as much or get as sick. Generally speaking, tests have shown that. And you can go Google and you'll find it, or ask your doctor. Right? So when you are getting exercise, even just a basic walking for half an hour every day, nice brisk walk for half an hour every day, and you're being careful of what you eat, you're being careful to enjoy what you eat, to taste and savor everything that you eat, you will begin to feel so good, so good, so good, that your body will begin to feel and do better, even more than it would if you just exercised or ate well. When you actually intentionally focus and experience and enjoy the food, the presentation, the colors, the flavors, the textures, the odors, the perfumes, you'll be amazed what the difference it will make, not just to your body, but to your life. Because it's a lifestyle, it's a perspective. It's a perspective. And that's what life is all about. And that is what allows you to enjoy the experiences that we're talking about, to expand, develop and expand and deepen and widen and lift and whatever, this vocabulary of experiences. This vocabulary of experiences that we're talking about. Being open, being receptive, being curious, being inquisitive, and being intentional and deliberate about your body, how you use it, what you do with it, what you put into it, when, where, how, why. You don't have to be fanatical about it. I'm not. I eat cake and I eat meat, although I don't eat meat. You know what I mean? I love rich sauces. I love butter. I also use a lot of olive oil, coconut oil. I love not spicy. I love hot foods. I love pepper. And on a normal basis, I don't eat white rice, but I do, because there are times when that is what is required. I go to Shanghai and I eat congee, which is maybe just white rice and water, and you'd think it doesn't taste good, but try it. And what you will get is the flavor of the rice grain, which you don't get when you're doing rice and peas. Rice and peas is a completely different thing. And there's no reason why you shouldn't experience both. Actually, quite the contrary. There's every reason why you should experience both. Both congee, which is just rice and water, and rice and peas, rice and red beans, rice and pigeon peas, or saffron rice. Yeah? I want to encourage you to also be deliberate and intentional about how you eat and what you eat. Pay attention and decide to put only the best things in your body, the most tasty things. I mean, there are all kinds of things. I mean, salt makes things taste good, right? Salt is a flavor enhancer. So is MSG. accent they sell it as in the United States. But that's a flavor. That's, if you take the time to explore the flavor of the thing, not the enhanced flavor, the flavor of the thing you're eating. Oats and water, for example. I had some years ago, a doctor told me I had high cholesterol. It runs in my family, and it kind of makes sense. It just followed that I would also have high cholesterol. And among other things I did, I found out that oats is good for your heart and can help you reduce your cholesterol. But I love oats with milk, and I don't do skim milk. It has to be rich and creamy. Like I said, I'm not fanatical. I eat well. But if I was going to eat oats to help manage my cholesterol, then it didn't kind of defeat the purpose to be using all of that cream, that creamy milk. And so what I did, after I had congee for the first time, this was 2000 and something, that was about 15 years ago, my first trip to Shanghai, I tried congee. And this, I think, was 2006, probably 2005, 2006. So a good 12 years ago or so. And I thought, wait a minute, I wonder what oats would taste like with just water. The thought had never occurred to me. I know people who do it. It never occurred to me. You see the boxes that say, do your oats with water or milk. Water just never occurred to me. But I decided to try it and do it the way you do congee, and was amazed at the taste of oats. Good old Quaker, old-fashioned Quaker oats. You'll be amazed at the nutty flavor you get from it when you cook it with just water. But then there are times when I cook it with just water and I make it thicker, and I put pure, delicious, fresh cream on it. Sometimes I do that because, like I said, I eat well. I'm not fanatical. And I eat for my body and also for my mind, for my spirit. And so enjoying the flavor of oats with water and the flavor of rich, fresh cream with oats, two different experiences that I will not deny myself. But I don't do the fresh cream thing every day or even every week. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. Tomorrow we'll talk some more about health. We'll talk some more about health tomorrow. Another aspect of health that is really, really important if we want to live really, really, really well and enjoy all our days. Not live. We want to give ourselves the best chances of living really well and enjoying every day, and possibly arriving at very old age, still with all our faculties, including the physical, in place. Enjoy your food. Eat for flavor and texture, and eat for pleasure. And if you're just chomping down food, that's not for pleasure. I mean, every once in a while, for example, I'll buy French fries at McDonald's or KFC, wherever the closest place is, because sometimes, but when I do that, I don't just scarf them down. I take my time, and I don't like plain ketchup, so I put ketchup with hot sauce, and then I enjoy the flavor, even the grease. And you find that when you're doing that, you don't need to eat a whole ton. So you buy one little packet of fries, and you enjoy it, and you know that you've had your junk food for the next 2 weeks, and you're good, and your spirit's fine, and you strengthened yourself for the next few days. Because when you do these things and you discipline yourself and you don't overeat and you don't make yourself sick, there's a sense of accomplishment that comes with that strengthens you, your mind, your spirit, and that transfers into how you take care of your body, So go enjoy your food. Eat for flavor and texture and taste and odor and friendship and conversation. Food is important. Good food. healthy food, food that you can take real pleasure in, is even better. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for hanging in with me, and take good care of yourself. Take good care.